Check it out, Mikey. Have you ever seen a bathtub this big? I think there's some kind of giant living in here.
Let's go upstairs. I think the view from up there is just perfect, and we'll be able to see what's in the bathtubs.
Mikey, I can't believe it, but there's a whole tub of lava. What do you got in there?
Mine's ice cold. Looks like someone liked the contrast shower.
Look, something tells me these tubs aren't exactly ordinary. I think there might be something hidden inside. Do you think we should try diving in them?
I think it's worth a shot. Good luck diving into the lava. Just don't die.
Here we go. It's gonna hurt, but I'm sure I'll survive. I think the lava's about to run out. It's interesting that it's only up to a certain level. Now we have to see what else there is. Looks like some kind of maze or the beginning of some kind of challenge. I never would have believed you could do this inside a bathtub. Although the size of the tub does allow... Mikey, turn around. I'm right behind you.
Wow, I didn't realize our bathtubs would be connected. You wouldn't know it from the street. But that can only mean one thing. We're going to have to go through an ordeal. And something tells me we might get in each other's way. Just don't play too hard, okay? I'll be the first one to go through.
Well, how could I not take advantage of an opportunity like this? I'm officially authorized to interfere with your trials, so I'm gonna make the most of it. And I realize you'll be in my way in the next phase, so we need to make sure you're as tired and slowed down as possible. That way, I can get through the whole thing faster than you can pull the lever.
I knew you'd do this, and you've gotten in my way too many times. But I can understand that. It's a competition, so I'm not gonna give you a chance to pass either. You just have to get to the next step. I'm sure I can do that, because you can't read the situation indefinitely. And when you can't keep up with me, I'll move on. And that's when all hell's gonna break loose. Believe me, I will be watching you very closely. And when you think you've won, just look out the window. And you'll realize I'm just playing with you.
Well, I didn't think you'd make it through that part of the trial, which means now we have to move on, and the worst part is, now you're gonna get in my way. I'll have to think about it. I think there's a way to trick Mikey. Pretend to jump, but actually stop. Or do the opposite. At the very least, it's worth a shot.
JJ, if you thought you could fool me that easily, I'll tell you what. Don't get your hopes up. I'm watching you very closely, so you're not gonna make it past the halfway point. But you know, it's a good thing you don't have real lava. Then I'd have waited too long for you to get to the trial. Now you can get mad because you can't do the most basic parkour.
Yeah, that's really hard. I could have gotten through it easily, but there's a roadblock in the form of you, Mikey, which means I got to outsmart you. I don't even know how to do that yet. On the one hand, you could try speed. On the other hand, you could try smarts. For now, we gotta figure out what Mikey's doing and make our move based on that.
Try as hard as you want, you'll never make it. You know, it turns out I still got through my ordeal pretty quickly. You've been doing parkour for a long time, but it's your own fault. You shouldn't have messed with me and taken the blocks right in front of me. As you can see, I do the same thing, but I have to admit, you're getting better at it. I think a few more hours and you'll be able to get to the last block, maybe even go farther. But I can't let that happen. I really don't want to go any further anyway, because you'd be in my way.
We'll see who ends up the winner. I'm very close to completing this challenge, so I suggest you start preparing for the next challenge, because I'm not going to spare you at all. Now I understand what this challenge is all about. You have to make sure your opponent can't pass his part. And it's a good thing the order is reversed. At first I thought I was going to spare you, but after you tortured me for so long, it all made sense to me. We should do the same thing. I don't know where it'll lead, but it's worth a try.
I wasn't planning on you coming through now, but it can't be helped. We have to move on. Let's see what's in store for us this time. And you know, I don't think we can get in each other's way now, because I don't see any plates or levers. Looks like we're gonna have to pass a time trial here. I'm not gonna wish you luck, because you're obviously gonna figure out a way to ruin my time trial even here.
You know, I'm kind of glad there's no stranger obstruction. At least we get a break from each other. And it's obviously important to pass the test first, so I suggest you get ready to lose, because I'm gonna have an easier streak than you. I'm not implying anything, but maybe one of us should give up. And I'm not talking about me.
I guess that's why I see you fall over and over again. You should have admitted by now that you don't stand a chance here. Both of our lanes are pretty tough, but mine's not as long as yours. So just watch me go through and leave you the loser.
Let Mikey say whatever he wants. But the truth is mine. I've already gotten to the next level, which means I don't have much left. But what do I do now? Oh wait, this has everything I need. Which means all I have to do is put together an ejection system. and I'm the one who needs to be launched. I just wonder where I'm gonna go. I've got enough blocks so I can get the first test shot, and then we can move in the right direction. But who knows, maybe I'll figure out where I'm going the first time. The most important thing is that I don't get blown up into a bunch of little particles. So we tried to build something like this once, and the results were disastrous. But this time, it would have been right. So we have to move from theory to practice. We have to stuff as much dynamite as we can to get me high enough. Maybe I'll be able to escape from this bathtub at all. To be honest, I'm really scared to start, but there's no turning back now. Either I succeed or I explode. I hope it's the former. Here we go. Hope it doesn't hurt too much. Air, wait for me. And something tells me I'm too high, but it's not too bad. I can land where I'm supposed to. Good thing there's fake lava. Let's see what we got here. I wonder if that's the key to the door. Except it's not my door key, it's Mikey's. Now it all makes sense to me. This is a test where we have to help each other. And in the end, both players have to open the door by handing over the key.
You're finally back. I was getting tired of waiting for you, and I think you've realized that I have the keys to your door and you have the keys to mine, so we need to exchange them. The problem is, I don't trust you at all, so I don't know what to do yet.
Look, I know exactly what you mean, but I'm not in the mood for tricks right now. I mean, think about it. It's just the two of us going to the next test because it could be paired again. So give me the key, and I'll give you yours right back. Believe me, I have no other choice right now.
All right, I'll believe you. Now give me my key. You made a good point about the two of us going in together. Wait, what are you gonna do with it? You said you were gonna give it to me. Don't betray me in such a dirty way.
I'm sorry, but this will make it easier for me to win. After all, now I can go it alone without any interference. After all, without the key, he'll never make it out of the last challenge.
Are you surprised? I'm not as stupid as you think I am. I knew you could do it because I wanted to do it first. But just in case, I got an axe. So now we're tied again. And we're gonna compete on equal footing. Let's see if you're strong enough to take me on.
I'm of course very surprised that Mikey was able to move on without a key. Where'd he get the axe? I don't think he took it with him when we went out. Oh well, that's not important right now. I have to finish this race before he does. Because he's so confident he's gonna win, it's disgusting. I have to destroy him at that race. I just don't know if I can do it.
JJ, if you stand still, you're not going to win for me. It's all about getting as much speed as you can, that's all. I can't believe you just got scared.
Oh my gosh, Mikey beat me to the punch. We've got to get over that hole. Good thing Mikey told me how to do it. And then I've got to go full speed ahead of him. I can't just give him the win like that.
Oh, you finally made it to the finish line. I was getting bored here. And by the way, it's safe to say I won the previous challenge. Hopefully the next one will be the same. Look at the table. Don't they tell you anything about the next challenge? We're about to play Spleef. You certainly don't stand a chance against me. After all, I was our town's champion at this game. You can only hope to win.
That's where you're wrong. I've been practicing playing this game for quite a while in my spare time. After all, I liked it and hoped to become the best at it. But then such entertainment fell by the wayside, and I'm really glad that now I can show you my skills. I'm confident of my victory, so I suggest you start getting nervous.
You don't stand a chance against me, JJ.
You think you can scare me like that? I don't. I know I'm strong enough to handle you, and even if you do drop me one level down, I'll just start shoveling snow above me, and sooner or later, you're gonna fall. So take that back. I'm very good at this game. Right now, I just need to concentrate as much as I can. One mistake, and I could lose.
You seem to be talking less, which can only mean one thing. You're concentrating as hard as you can so you don't lose. And at the same time, you're completely calm. I'm kind of bored running around the level by myself. So I'll come down to you. And now we can continue our fight. I think you realize your chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. It's not like the levels are infinite. And the first one to hit the ground is the loser. I suggest you add 1 point to my bankroll. At this rate, I'll win you for sure.
Mikey's not watching the game right now. That's why I got a chance to throw it down, and then he loses.
How awful you beat me like that. I'll take that as a fluke. I was too distracted because you were too easy an opponent. I'll get even. I'm gonna win the next challenge. I don't even care what it is.
Well, then let's see what's waiting for us out there. I think it's gonna be something original again. Wow, I think I know what we're doing here. It's just like a TV show. Good thing we can't die in here. I don't have a memory problem, so I should be able to get through this quickly.
It's a shame it's such a bad trial. I've never been much for memorization. You have to memorize a whole path. I'd better stick to my tactics. Just try all the options and then eliminate the wrong ones. That way I can get to the other side pretty quickly.
I don't think that's exactly how it works here, and trying to step on all the steps will waste a lot more time. I have chosen the most optimal tactic for me. I still have the snow globes from the last challenge, so I can just test my way through them. I have to say, though, it doesn't get very interesting right away. After all, we should have had no objects with which I would have realized where the real glass is and where it is not. So I still sometimes try to pass at random.
See, JJ, I have one last jump left, and my intuition has never let me down before. So it's time to jump. Something's obviously gone wrong. Okay, well, I know where I'm supposed to jump now. I've already learned the rest of the jumps, so I'll get to you soon enough.
Well, what can I say? This round could have been a draw, but you made a mistake at the very last moment. So I win again. And something tells me the trend will be the same until the end of the streak. Let's move on. I wonder what's in the next room.
Hopefully there will be some sort of identical challenge there again. We were different at first, after all. Now you just have to go faster than your opponent. Wow, they've managed to build a real maze in here. JJ, can you hear me? I think there's real lava in here, so don't just run forward. If you hit it, you could die. And I don't want a dead friend. This is gonna be the slowest challenge of the day.
I'll be fine, but you better worry about you because you always manage to get caught in the lava, even when there's no lava. In the meantime, I need to focus. I've always been good at mazes. I'm good at coordination, so I think I can beat Mikey in this challenge too, as long as the maze isn't too long. It's pretty hot in here, and it's making it harder to think. I hope they give us smaller versions of the summer water baths at the end, and we can bathe in them. It's a lot of energy to go through all these ordeals. Mikey, I'm done. Looks like you lost again.
There's no such thing. How did you get through it so fast? I think you got lucky this time. And since the trials aren't over, I still have a chance of winning. So let's hurry up and go to the next room and see what we have to do.
Look, this room is different from all the previous ones. There are no tests here at all. Oh, wait, there's a chest. It's got a lot of different blocks in it, and I think I know what we're supposed to be doing here. Mikey, we're gonna be the architects this time. As I understand it, we're gonna build fortresses, and also fill them with various traps. I don't know what we're gonna do with them afterwards, but I think we should at least start there. And you realize you're out of luck again, right?
That's where I definitely agree with you. Okay, if we just had to build fortresses, I'd still have a chance there. But you're better at traps than I am. There's a reason you're always the one doing them, not me. You've had so much experience making them, I'm getting scared. But I'm gonna try to compete with you. Maybe I'll get lucky and you'll fall into one of my traps. That would be a victory for me. So I don't plan on giving up just yet. You've had enough victories for one day.
Well, we'll see about that. There's been a few times when you've had some good traps, so I wouldn't be 100% sure I'd win. More like 90. Anything can happen. Because in this challenge, it's not so much about skill as it is about luck. So give it your best and don't do it mediocre. I'll do my best too, because I have a goal to beat you in every challenge we have today. Although something tells me this is the finals, so we're definitely gonna have to try harder.
How long it will take us to complete our fortresses, though there's no hurry. How's it going in there? I feel like I'm in the home stretch. In fact, I've got a couple traps left to set and I'll be ready for our battle. And yeah, don't even bother trying to get on my side, because I've got it so messed up, you won't stand a chance of staying alive after this.
I can say the same from my side. Since we had quite a lot of blocks, I could realize all the traps I wanted. And some of them you will see for the first time because I invented them while I was building the fortress. How about that? I think I'm the only one who could think of something like that. And I can't wait to get started, because building is fun, but it's so much more fun to actually fight. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna spare you, and if I can catch you off guard, I will. So basically, we're gonna have a battle to the death, and I think you're gonna lose.
Don't judge before your time, JJ. I remember we had a similar situation once, and you also said that your victory was essentially certain. Need I remind you what happened then? You lost to me in a landslide. I'll always remember that day because you couldn't do anything to me, so chances are it'll be the same this time. You said yourself it's basically a matter of chance. So it turns out you can win and lose with equal probability. That's not such a good indicator.
It's going to be different this time because I'm trying really hard. Let's see what I have left to do. The traps are all done and checked to make sure they work, which means I have to make water pits. In case Mikey decides to run right at me, they can slow him down.
Well, JJ, There's not much left. Very soon the wall between us will disappear and the battle will begin, from which there will be only one winner. I can only wish you good luck, because you're going to need it today. I'm gonna fight like it's the last time, so I suggest you don't get too close to me.
Mikey, less talk, more action. The wall is gone, so it's safe to go on the attack. Originally, I thought I'd just sit and wait for Mikey to get to me. I was counting on my traps after all, but that's too boring. I need the feeling of a real battle, so I decided to take the initiative. I think it broke Mikey a little bit because I don't usually do that, but this time, I'm willing to bet anything to win.
Then why are you hiding behind walls and attacking with ranged weapons? If you want to fight so badly, you can come closer to me and I'll show you how it's done. Or are you saying you're scared? I can understand that. After all, I'm a very formidable opponent that you'll never be able to defeat. I suggest you run away from me with such intentions.
I know exactly what you're trying to do right now. You're just trying to get me emotional and make me wrong, aren't you? But that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna wait for the moment, and when you think you've won, I will unleash my fury on you. Well, that's it. It looks like it's over. I told him I was the one who was gonna win. I'm the best at this kind of thing. It's a pity I killed him, because now he'll have to run a long way to this place. But he chose his own fate. If he'd given up in the first place, I wouldn't have killed him.